welcome back to the Graceful Tangle YouTube channel. I'm Amy Kate, a young but passionate knitter and crocheter. If you're looking for me on social media, you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as the Graceful Tangle. On Ravelry and Etsy, you can find and purchase my knit and crochet patterns. And also on Ravelry, you can find the Graceful Tangle podcast group and join in on all of the fun chatter we have going on over there. I also have a blog that will be linked in the description box below, and I will have a post going up all about what I'm about to talk with you guys today, so be sure to check that out. So I am back with you guys talking about another Throwback Thursday project, and this is one of my absolute favorite sweaters. It is the Worsted Boxy by Joji Locatelli. So Joji has boxy patterns for a finger weight version, a worsted weight version, and then also V-neck options. This is the scoop neck worsted weight version. This is the second worsted boxy that I have knit, but I made a few modifications, and so I want to kind of talk about those as well. So first off, the yarn that I used is, I love this yarn print. I believe the color is aquamarine maybe, or something along those lines. It's a very pretty kind of blue and white marled yarn. And then I knit the smallest size in the pattern, which is, I think it's recommended for like a 28 to 32 inch bust, but of course it has loads and loads of ease, which is what makes it so comfortable. So like this is the side of my torso, and I have all of this ease. It's amazing. I love this sweater. It is so cozy. Okay, so I made a few modifications for this sweater, and I really want to talk about them with you guys because I fully enjoy the way that I knit this sweater, and if I were to knit another one again, I would do this same method. So I received this yarn for Christmas as a gift, and I started it on Christmas Day. So this was Christmas of, I believe last year, Christmas of 2018. No, 19. It's 2020. I think it was Christmas of 2019. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right. I think that's right because I haven't worn this much, and I think it's because I finished it when it was getting warm again. But anyway, so traditionally the way that this sweater is knit is from the bottom up. You start at the bottom ribbing way down here. You knit all the way up, and then you split for the front and back and do all of the awesome stuff that goes on for the shoulders, the girdle at the back, and then all of that fun stuff. So that is awesome and great, but I was really concerned that I was going to struggle with making this sweater the length that I wanted it, because I had made another boxy and I knit it to pattern. I did use a slightly lighter weight yarn, so that could be part of the problem, but it's just a little bit shorter than I would really like for a sweater like this. So what I did to fix that is I wanted to make it customizable. I wanted to be able to make it the length that I want, and the best way to do that is to make a top-down sweater, because then you can try it on as you go. So what I did is I used a provisional cast on right about here, knit a couple of inches, and then did all of the instructions for this whole top portion exactly like a pattern. I just pretended that like 1 inch was my entire body, and then after finishing the top, so I did all of the girdle, all of the short rows, joined the shoulders, did the collar, which I did do a ribbed collar instead of the girdle that he calls for. After I did all of that awesome stuff, I went back to this point and literally just knit and knit and knit. And it worked perfectly. You guys, I was able to customize the length. It was still super mindless, which is what draws so many people in with this pattern. But I made it as long as I wanted. The only thing that I am going to change, so when you are knitting it bottom up, you obviously cast on and then do the ribbing, and the cast on is different than the bind off. It's a different look. So I did a bind off in pattern, so I knit a stitch, purled a stitch, and then bound off. In the future, or maybe not in the future, I think I'm actually going to rip back a little bit and redo the bind off, so that it is just a standard knit bind off, and that's kind of going to kind of bring it in just a little bit so that it's not so flared at the bottom. And I might also add a little bit more length, because I was trying to kind of save myself a little bit of yarn, because there was something else that I wanted to make with this. And so I kind of stopped a little bit shorter than I think I should have, which is ironic considering I made this change so that I could make it longer, but anyway, we will talk about that. Okay, so And that is kind of the biggest modification that I made for this sweater. I did use the size 9 needles that she calls for, which work perfectly for this yarn. My gauge is just, I love it. It's not too loose that it's see-through, but it's loose enough to where it's very drapey. Again, I did do the ribbed, or it's actually not included in the pattern, but I did a ribbed collar instead of a garter collar, and I really like that. I love for sweaters to be a little bit closer to my neck, kind of like a sweatshirt versus open and out. And this one is just perfect. I absolutely love it. So yeah, and then I did the 3/4 length sleeves, which were super simple. I don't think I even did any decreases. Yeah, it fits perfectly. I absolutely love this sweater. Again, I am planning on ripping back and kind of redoing that bind off, but that's the only thing that I want to change. So I'm so happy with how this sweater turned out, and I hope that it kind of inspired you to make one as well. It's such an amazing pattern, just like all of Hooey's patterns are. And yeah, I'm looking forward to making another one actually in the future. So we'll see. Maybe that'll be like a Christmas project because it's so mindless. So maybe I can just kind of get to the spot where it's all stuck in it and then go to town. So maybe we'll do that. We'll see. But I am so thrilled with how this one turned out, and I cannot wait to wear it all fall and winter. I hope you enjoyed watching this Throwback Thursday episode. Be sure to check all of my other episodes and the link to the blog post in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will talk with you all next time. Bye.